Hi everyone, my name's Jenny and I am here with Dixie Andelin Forsyth for a feminine moment. And we are going to answer a question that we just got on our closed Facebook group. All right, Dixie, because it's a good one and there are lots of comments coming in right now.
Okay, good.
All right, so question about cell phones in marriage comes in from Sherry. She asks, should we have undeniable access to each other's cell phones? I say yes, definitely, but maybe I'm wrong. Dixie and Jenny, please help me out.
Oh, interesting question. It depends. And first of all, whether you should or shouldn't, what are you going to do about it? Because then it comes into that thing we talk about in Fascinating Womanhood is, are you going to mother him and say, okay, Joe, this is the deal. And I think this, and I should have this, and we should do that. Okay, you can do that if you want, but that is not the best way to approach this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the answer, in my opinion, is it depends. Because, okay, my husband is in the medical field. It's not appropriate for me, nor am I interested in some of his orders he gets at the hospital. They text him, I've got this patient on this unit, you need to go see him. He wouldn't care if I saw them, but it's kind of a privacy thing, and I just don't look. He doesn't ever keep me from doing so. So again, I'm saying because of Bob's profession, everybody isn't exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
He never tells me, don't look at my phone. He doesn't keep me out. I think if he did, me with my sensitive nature, I would wonder why. But that's why we have a lot of conversations. Bob and I always have. We've had, I'm a huge what question asker. I drove my parents crazy with, well, why do we do this? And what about that? And my dad used to laugh about it because I asked so many questions. But I don't know how you feel about it, but I think ideally I can see where this girl's coming from,
Mm-hmm.
that undeniable access. But then if he is shutting you out, she obviously thinks, why? We're supposed to be a team.
Yeah.
What to do about it? If you say, if 99 people say yes, then does that mean we're telling her, go and confront your husband and demand this? What do you do? Isn't that really the ultimate question?
Right, because
how do you approach
it's very black and white. Yeah. Her question's very black and white.
Yeah, and you might say, well, yeah, but what are you going to do?
Right,
Okay.
and what you would say to me, Dixie, what you have said many a time, do you really want to die on that hill, Jenny? Do you really?
Or if it's really important to you, and chances are there's going to be a little suspicion thrown in there.
Yep.
Which, I totally get it.
We validate that.
So what do you do about it if this is important to you? Okay. How that comes under FW, how to ask for things, how to talk to a man. And I think in this case, if it was a cell phone, talk to him. And okay, it's always better psychology to not go to another person, particularly a man, in an accusatory tone. They're going to automatically be defensive. Okay, so you go into him and say how you feel. Not I feels at you. That's just kind of giving lip service to I feel. You got to actually say, well,
the way of saying it.
Yeah, like one time Bob asked a patient, how do you feel? What are your feelings, on a certain thing? And they said, I feel that I should get my way. Bob said, that's not a feeling. That is a thought. That is not a feelings. They're hurt, glad, sad. Okay, so same thing's true with this. If you are talking to him and saying, I feel really nervous if you don't trust me with your phone. It makes me feel sad. It makes me feel like you don't trust me. And because this is a subject of trust. And the big question is why? Why is he doing it? And that's my big question asker gene in me can serve you well, because you need to know why he's doing it, not assume. And so if you understand why he's doing it, like in the case, your husband is at all like Bob, and he has some things that he doesn't keep it from you though. It's just an understanding.
It's a confidentiality thing for his work. It's totally understandable. But I think, number one, understanding men, you have to allow them freedom for one. You know, so there's a little bit of me that says, let it go. You know, there's never been a time when I said, Jeff, or, you know, he's always handed me his phone if I needed to do something on his phone. And I've no problem with I've got all Jeff's passwords and everything. But there have been times he's like, no, I don't want you to look on the phone right now. Maybe there's a gift on there that he's just purchased.
That's true.
You know, maybe there's a reason. So it's almost like I love this. I say this to myself all the time when you say, do you really want to die on this hill? And the reason it helps me is I talk myself off a ledge. If I get myself worked up over something, because it's storytelling. Like I'm thinking, well, he's doing this and he's doing that, and make all this stuff that's just not true.
Well, sometimes that happens because we've experienced betrayal in the past.
Oh, yes.
And if you have experienced betrayal in the past, you realize that can make you just a tad hypersensitive about secrets, things like that, which is, it is what it is. But you have to at least take into account yourself. What is he like otherwise? Does he seem like he's sneaky and hiding things all the time from you? That's why this answer is not just a yes or a no. It depends on many things. And it also hugely depends on what do you want to do about it. You know, what are you going to do about it, and how do you approach this? Because you can, through Fascinating Womanhood, this could be an opportunity for you to deepen your relationship, or it could cause a little wedge. You don't want the wedge. What is his behavior like otherwise? Is it like Jenny says, are you going to die on this hill?
Yeah, is it worth it?
Or do you see a lot of
usually
suspicious behavior otherwise? And are you suspecting that he has an online sex chatting with somebody? If that were true, what are you going to do about that?
Right. So can I share something personal that just happened to me? I'll share it, and because people are getting to know me, I've had a first marriage, and in my first marriage, unfortunately, ended because of infidelity. My first husband cheated on me. So I thought, you know, Jeff and I have been married 13 years, and I thought I was done with it. I thought that, you know, of course I had a lot of trauma because of trust issues and things because of what happened. But I thought I'm older now. I don't have those issues anymore. Well, something over Christmas came up on Jeff's feed. It was a picture, honestly, from 4 years ago, but I thought it just happened. And it was him and this group of people with his arm around this one woman, old colleague, and she was actually standing next to her husband. And then there was another couple. And automatically, like just a PTSD because of what had happened to me, I got real heart started pounding. I got red.
Your guard dog started barking.
Guard dog all the way flushed, and I'm like sitting there seething. Where it was at a family thing, and I'm like, he is cheating. I went right to, oh my gosh, it's happened. It's inevitable. He's cheating on me. I'm gonna have to figure out how am I gonna leave him? Where am I gonna live? I mean, honestly, Dixie, I went through all of that. It was awful. And then he took out the garbage, and I followed him out there, and I did totally not fascinating way. And I was like, so who's Tara? And I was like, really bad. It was bad. I'm embarrassed by it. It wasn't good. But he was so kind back, and he said, Jen, that was from 4 years ago. That you were there. That's so funny. It's true. Oops. And then, and I'm like, oh, I was so embarrassed. I felt so awful about how I even thought about him. And then we laughed about it immediately because it's hilarious. And I said, I wonder why you look so young.
Even better. Well, don't feel bad. I'm sure I would do something like that.
And then I'm like, yeah, I do kind of remember seeing that picture being taken now.
I wonder if she looks familiar.
But it was like, I go, hon, it's my trust issues. It's flaring up. He goes, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you think?
Well,
but it was really, I love that you brought up the guard dog, because we just did a video on the guard dog.
And the lady that posted this, I think her guard dog is kind of barking a little bit. Yeah. And which is, guard dogs are good, but you got to know where it's coming from, and try to access some of the upper parts of your mind.
Guard dog totally sabotaged me that night.
Your guard dog can sabotage you if it's untrained and you listen to it. Totally. You got to access some of the upper parts of your mind, which is more logic and even intuition, to think, well, wait a minute, does this make sense? Oh. And you didn't. You stayed with that good old guard dog. Oh, gosh. Sorry.
What I should have done is probably called you or a girlfriend. This is what I usually do. And then I get into a calm place, and then I would have probably then remembered that that was from 4 years ago.
Well, I mean, it worked out. How you did
It was
it
fine,
worked.
thank God, because Jeff is a kind guy, I guess.
So remember the issue with the girl with the cell phone.
Yeah.
Your guard dog's barking, and maybe a guard dog's barking means you need to investigate. Why is it barking? Is it legitimate? Is it not legitimate? I mean, dogs bark at shadows, real dogs.
And can I share with you, a lot of the comments here are saying very exactly what you're saying. It's just, you know, if you have the need, maybe there's something there, but for the most part, it doesn't matter to me if I have access to his phone or not.
Well, is he telling you you cannot look at my phone? He may have trust issues, just like you said. He may have had, okay, like I know a guy who was dating this girl, and that's, granted, it's different when you're dating than when you're married. And she figured, she was so jealous type, even though they weren't dating exclusively, that she figured out a way to hack into his email and his phone and look at conversations. And it so upset him, he never went out with her again.
Right, that can ruin a relationship. So
it absolutely ruined it. And why? In that case, you know, he had a right to his private emails and things, and all people do.
Yep.
I would feel bad. I trust Bob more than any person on the earth, but I would feel a little bit, why are you doing that, if he was reading my emails before I did?
Yeah.
And he doesn't do that, actually. All I get is junk email. So go for it. But in the older days, years ago, I used to get emails from my sisters or things like that. Now we just call each other. If I get personal emails and I see they've been read first, it feels a little bit boundary jumping.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Great point. Boundaries. Another great chapter in the book.
Yeah. Which we will
Womanhood for the Timeless Woman. So anyway, thank you, Dixie. This was very interesting. Everybody watching, please like, comment, and share.
And it's a great question. Thank you.
Great question. Please keep them coming.
Okay.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Okay.